March 14, 2022, number 3806. I posted it to the Anachronisms blog. It's called, But What's the Real Story? I can but imagine it's not difficult at all what folks might think of me in my long drawn-out job search. I have an interview today, as I quite often say, and it's always true, but I've had a lot of interviews. Why doesn't he have a job by now? It's a question I've heard direct, so I can, but as I say, imagine that there may be a few more than those 2 or 3 with whom I actually converse. And it's a pretty ubiquitous subject when it comes up. And even when I find it impossible to relay why precisely this primary objective for which I do work at such a clip to achieve has yet to make its way solidly into my lap, I have throughout the entirety of my search gone about practical means to improve the way I go about sending resumes, participating in interviews, and truth be told, I've gotten better and better at this godforsaken process. I've learned what my own obstacles tend to be: anxiety, meandering, dispensing anecdotes when all that's likely expected is a simple, straightforward answer. I've learned to be succinct, to listen attentively, and to only speak when a question is directed solely at me. I've learned not to interrupt, a problem I'm quite good at. So not to interject except for the occasional quick word of agreement when it seems okay or appropriate. But the truth is, you can never really know precisely what your interviewer is looking for in response. When logic might say that an answer should of course be affirmative, true enough, what might be looked for by the questioner could be an unwavering negative. And then there's the fact that the whole process is a game in which you are a character that is not really made up of me, that it is a made-up me, that the interviews expect and want to see, to hear, and sure, I have 2 degrees in theater, as it turns out, basically, because I enjoy portraying someone I was not, but on stage. Elsewise, I've lived a life of learning how to present me as myself, and even after years and years of practice at this, I still find even that task quite complicated and often all but impossible. So I keep attempting to play the game, thinking I'm getting better and better at it, and still haven't anything to show for it. This was never how I used to procure employment before, that's for sure. Anyway, this little meditation must end, and post-haste, as wouldn't you know it, but my anxiety levels have reached near red level proportions simply by attempting to relay to you that when I say I am still looking for that, or still looking, or that I have a 3rd interview tomorrow, or 3 this week, none of this is prevarication, but literal and true. And while I know we all as humans are prone to be judged or at times disbelieved, I shall live with that, but not without an attempt to set the record straight. On that note, I must get back to sending out resumes. Priorities being what they are, for better or worse, are over here. Wish me luck, if you might. I can use all that I can get, and you'll be hearing from me again in a short time. Good night.